Yeah. The thread held. The thread held through every chapter. The thread held through every disaster. Every time it looked like the story was done. The thread held through everyone. The thread held when you couldn't see it. The thread held when you didn't believe it. Look back at everything you came through. The thread held. Still waters, raw flow. Yeah. There's a moment that comes usually around the middle, where you stop and look behind you when the pattern starts to riddle. It's way until you understanding all the things that should have ended you. The ones that had the leverage and could have used it. The diagnosis that came back the way it did. The financial collapse that took everything, the thing you hid for years that finally surfaced and should have cost you more than it did. The relationship that closed a certain door but opened something else you wouldn't trade now for the version of yourself before it closed. And in that slow immersion into what the backward glance reveals, a line appears, not always visible in real time, only after years of living through it. Something connecting every dot that you were certain was just random, something that was not indifferent to the outcome, something that was threatened through the moments you were certain were just dreading. The thread held through every chapter. The thread held through every disaster. Every time it looked like the story was done. The thread held through everyone. The thread held when you couldn't see it. The thread held when you didn't believe it. Look back at everything you came through. The thread held. Still waters, raw flow. Joseph dying with instructions about his bones is a man who lived 100 years and never lost a tone of the original direction. Everything it cost him, the pit, the prison, the years, the silence, nothing crossed him off the path entirely. And at the end he's still pointing forward, still saying something's coming, still the will to believe what he believed at 17, intact, not naive. He'd seen too much for that, just the fact he'd accumulated through the living. Something holds when you can't see it. That's the thesis of the old and dying man, still making plans about his bones. He'd earned the right to bitterness, he'd earned the right to moans about the years, the brothers, all of it. Instead he's pointing at the future with his final breath and said, something's coming, carry me toward it when it does. The thread that held his life is still the thread, because look back, not to live there, just to see it. Every chapter that should have ended it, every moment the story looked finished. The thread was there. Through the fall, through the flood, through the pit, through the prison, through everything the thread held is still holding. The thread held through every chapter. The thread held through every disaster. Every time it looked like the story was done. The thread held through everyone. The thread held when you couldn't see it. The thread held when you didn't believe it. Look back at everything you came through. The thread held. Still waters, raw flow. The thread didn't break, not once. Through everything you came through, to back at all of it, the thread held. It's still holding. Still waters, raw flow.